A little bit of housekeeping before we get into this. A shout out to everybody who turned out to the stream last night. That was so much fun and a record-breaking turnout. I'm not entirely sure what the hell YouTube is doing with the streams. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, I don't know why that was so hard to say, but regardless, if you guys are, yes, subscribed to the channel, you'll notice that the Trump stream from last Wednesday ended up getting published. Like, I don't even know. And then they were messing around with the viewership numbers, but even still, record-breaking turnout over on Rumble. And I think we're slowly climbing up over there. And I just also found out that you can get verified at 1,000 subs, and I'm within striking distance of that. And normally I don't push that stuff, but hey, if we can get incrementally closer to that, I've got some promises that I need to fulfill over there, and we're definitely going to be doing more streaming because, the VOD for the stream, which, yeah, you can watch it either on YouTube or on Rumble. They're both still up. They're both still available on YouTube if you want to find all of the streams that we've done over here, which two of them aren't over on Rumble. They have their own playlist on the channel, so feel free to pick whatever topic you like that's out there. Frankly, I think yesterday's stream that everybody turned out for, I think that was probably the best one, the Jubilee Roundtable. There were a lot of nuggets of both truth and introspection and very good discussion between the chats, okay, and then just also adding additional context on top of that. That was a hell of a lot of fun. 2.5 hours flew just like that, and I got some ideas for Saturday as well, so hopefully you guys turn out for that. Saturday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. What would that be? 8 out east, 5 in the west, and 7 in the central. If that's what you want to do with your Saturday night, I would really appreciate it. But other than that, I know what we're probably going to be alluding to a fair few different times, and I know whenever I do videos on one singular topic multiple times in the day, I've got to step back and take stock. Okay, is this something that is worth everybody's time? Is this what I think that my audience and my supporters would appreciate me talking about? Well, okay, and then I just run through the thought process on this one. Does it provide value? Well, yes, because me talking about this stuff, I've been incredibly congruent when it comes to this trans stuff, okay? I like to make jokes about it, especially when it comes to the trans athlete side of that stuff, because you guys voted for this stuff, so you can go ahead and extrapolate it out to the marketing. And as somebody who has been a conventional conservative for as long as I can remember, and if I was offended or I had to boycott something based on anything that anybody would endorse, well, I'll starve to death, to be completely honest. So the story of the outrage on top of this, given the fact that right at the bottom of all of this stuff is supplicating to women, but yet, at the same time, it is holding up a mirror to their terrible voting decisions and their overall lackadaisical approach to the policy, you get what you deserve. So that's why I personally think this issue is bigger, or it has the potentiality to be bigger than most things that are coming down the pipe this year. Obviously, the indictment of a former sitting president, that's pretty big news, but in the grand scheme of things, this still has legs, and we haven't even gotten close to the insanity that is going to be June. So this is the pregame. Strap in, folks, or strap on. Dylan Mulvaney appeared today on a podcast, and you can take a look at the source. And once again, shout out Ollie London for cataloging all of this stuff. Somebody who actually has, I don't know, I know he went under surgery for, facial reconstruction for being transracial, but I don't know if he has any more skin or less skin in it's a butcher your genitalia joke. Anyways, but yeah, no. When he's the term activist or advocate is applied to him, it's actually, pretty well founded. He's been through the trenches. He's been through the indoctrination on multiple different sides, multiple different fronts, and now he's out there saying, "This shit's not exactly all on the up and up," and especially if you want to do it to kids. Holy! Okay, so Mulvaney was on Rosie O'Donnell's podcast. Does this shit just write itself at this point? Well, we got the rest of the stories that are in here, because I thought yesterday I would be cutting edge by having the Howard Stern stuff, and I was just thinking, there's probably some more trans insanity that's out there. No, it's still Bud Light making themselves out to be total assholes. It's just like the Eliza Blue situation. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more insane, the next day comes and, oh wow, she's fucking a member of the Timcast crew? Who could have possibly seen that one coming? Outside of, well, the person that she was fucking. I have tried to be the most uncontroversial person this past year, and somehow it has made me controversial still. What? Okay, Dylan is mocking you ladies. See, this is where we part company. Because Ollie's trying to, he's on his mental development path, so he'll eventually get there, you would hope. But the way that things change on this right now, like, I'm not stupid in thinking that my mindset, everybody who's watching it this long, the majority's mindset to the people over on this side of the internet, that's not the prevailing ideology. Everything to supplicate to women, on the other hand, that's the zeitgeist. Gynocentric social order is 1000% in effect. That's why, Anheuser Busch, I can just see it in the bottom corner, okay? That's why they've been trending for... All this stuff dropped in the past 2 weeks. That's why it continues to trend, because there's something you can trace from this female pretender to actual women, and guess what? When women most affected, things start to change. Like, it's just so weird how many of the lefts, because that's where I think that's a fair interpretation of the facts. The left's interpretations of the world that men and women, we're not all that different. It's just basically nurture instead of nature. You're basically just born a blank slate, and everything that you learn is all just a social construct. Until it gets to the trans question, then all of a sudden men and women's roles, they're totally different. And whatever sex you were born as, and if you want to transition your gender and go off to another area, well, you can just go be the most feminine or the most masculine version of that. No problem there whatsoever. It's interesting, the lack of consistency that they have. But like I said at the beginning, I like covering this stuff, mostly because, hey, you guys like it as well, and shout out to you guys for coming back every day on that. But if you take a look at the Rolodex of recent videos of some of the biggest creators, some of which I've criticized very, very, very recently about their stances on, let's just say the whole trans issue isn't that big of an issue. Yeah, just take a look at his recent list of videos that have come out. If you think I'm doing a bunch on this topic, I cannot keep up with that schedule. I'm a one-man op, He's got an entire coffee brand to run. Who could I possibly be referencing? Anyways, Tampax, are they going to face any sort of backlash? Bitches still need still have holes to plug, so I wouldn't really hold my breath on that. And it's interesting. Now you have guys, once again, now, 60 years later, inspiring another bra burning? And this is in response to Nike. You got some old lady on TikTok saying that I'm going to be burning all of my sports bras that I have just outside of her pool. So a liberal white woman who all of a sudden, it's just, I was with you with all of that feminism, but this is a bridge too far in her luxury area that I'm sure her ex-husband is well funding. I just don't care when it comes to you. Oh my God, you want to make a name for yourself? Thank God you have your social media handle right there. Maybe you do good work. I don't really care, because we have bigger fish to fry. More importantly, the VP of Bud Light, who, you remember her statement that she made that we need to transition away from Bud Light from its frat boy persona that's out there. That's interesting, because we always point out that leftists and the people that like to preach in public, I'm pretty sure this is a Bible verse, or maybe it was somebody biblical who was talking about it, but I have adopted it and ascribed it to the Bible. I haven't read it, but hear good things. I have my own personal convictions when it comes to a whole host of different topics. I bring it up when it's relevant, but people who project how good they are, project their virtue out onto the world, that one line always comes to mind. Heathens are the ones that pray in public, and it never fails. It's the iron law of woke projection. Those who have the most skeletons in the closet try to advocate for their position the hardest. So yes, you want to transition away from that frat boy persona, the fratty label that Bud Light has? All right then, you better hope that you didn't partake in any sort of frat boy activities, like, I don't know, doing shots out of a condom, or, just tossing back Rolling Rock, which is an Anheuser Busch product, by the way. But leaked pic shows Bud Light executive who wants to update company's fratty culture enjoying fratty party. Futz. Got again. Anyways, a Bud Light executive who claimed the beer company needs to update its fratty and out-of-touch image appeared to enjoy the Greek life at Harvard. I don't think there was any ass sex. Maybe there was a couple of compromising pictures, but we won't show those ones. While partying at an alleged haven of inebriated ditzes. These are the people that are running these corporations now, by the way. Okay, Budweiser Vice President of Marketing, Alissa. She had a middle name, Gordon. I think it was Gordon, right? Heinerscheid. Could be seen in images of now deleted Facebook page. Of course it's now deleted. Enjoying a campus scavenger hunt, blowing up condoms like balloons, and downing beers during a 2006 booze fest. Now, to be completely fair, okay, somebody getting drunk at college, is that front page news? Well, if you're purporting yourself to be a paragon of wokeness, you better make sure that those compromising photographs are well taken care of. But she didn't. So now we have an opportunity to laugh at you. Aha. The Daily Caller obtained the photos of the Bud Light executive. Heinerscheid and her college pals can be seen in an album titled ISIS Senior Reserve Initiation Scavenger Hunt. Pause. Wouldn't you think that the headline itself should be former member of ISIS and Bud Light executive? That would be a little bit more catchy. That's what the name of this video is going to be called. I just came up with that, and I think that's going to be far and away more catchy. Or at least there's going to be an ISIS reference in the title. Depends on how it works out. 100 characters sometimes it's tough to get a full message across. Anywho, the photos appeared to have been taken during an event hosted by Harvard's ISIS club. What did their banner look like? Was it black and white with a sword underneath and a bunch of Sanskrit? Because that would be fun. A college group founded to create a safe social space for women to socialize on campus. Fan-fucking-tastic. And what do you do with that? Well, that's the end product of debaucherous acts like hanging out with a crackhead? I don't know, man. Or, yes, doing condom shots. All right. Or drinking with groundskeepers. The fuck? Interesting. But then there's other pictures that are in here. Okay, like these are very... I'll link... A link's going to be in the description for every article that we use anyway, so if you just like to proof all of this stuff, you go be my guest. But it's awfully grainy, even for me, and I've got a gigantic monitor in front of me. There, it looks like she's shotgunning a 2-liter Diet Coke, because of course she's watching her figure. Oh, there she is, just drinking the rest of it. And, or... I'd admit that's got to be mixed, right? Of course. But then, yeah, the picture of her stuffed like a hog, how adorable. That's probably not the last time she assumed that posture that evening, but that's the most PG version of events. Oh, there it is, blown up for the world to see. But getting her face drawn on by the kitchen staff? Well, that's interesting. She also condemned the company previous branding, saying, we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor, and it's really important that we had another approach. Now, I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. And right, this was 2006, going on 15 years ago. I'm sorry, I said 15, 17 years ago. Math. Everybody grows, everybody matures. Hell, back in 2006, I was in 10th grade. Yeah, so I've matured quite a bit since then. Of course, she has as well, you know. She took her career very seriously, but then also at the same time, parallel to her work life, she had somebody else birth a child for her, and she's just going to be that person. She's going to be that girl that's out there telling you to, you just got to learn from my mistakes. We need to have a more inclusive environment. Rules for thee, not for me. Don't worry about that. But if you want to put forward a new plan for the company that you're running at the time, well, you can take a look at the other one, see where you can improve on it, especially if the previous marketing strategy was successful, because now, okay, you brought in Dylan, who just wants to be, and I quote, I just tried to be the most uncontroversial person in this past year, and somehow it made me more controversial still. You're trying to be the least controversial person by getting all over social media, by making an entire series about how you've had a 365 days of girlhood. Yeah, definitely. Just trying to fly below the radar. Good thing. Okay, so that was the strategy for, I think, the one on the right. I'm not entirely sure. They're just such basic bitches, but I think the shorts tell the story. But I can tell you what, knowing that this is an ISIS group that is incredibly haram, if you're going to be switching up your strategy for sales, well, you would hope that the alternative would be far more profitable. Oh wait, it's actually like totally the opposite of that. Anheuser Busch loses more than $5? $15, 30, oh, $5 billion in value. Oh shit, amid Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light controversy. Yeah, man, this is a crystal clear encapsulation of get woke, go broke, because Anheuser Busch, it was just fine. It was a staple drink for generations, and then overnight, $5 billion over the course of 2 weeks? Yo, ain't nobody's fucking up that bad. That's amazing. Beer colossus Anheuser Busch saw its value plummet more than $5 billion since the company announced its branding partnership with controversial transgender, a social media influencer, Dylan Mulvaney. Oh, now all of a sudden he's getting that controversial tag. Interesting. Since March 31st, shares of Bud Light parent company have fallen nearly 4%, knocking down the company's market capitalization from $132.38 billion to $127.13 billion on Wednesday. Anheuser-Busch stock fizzled more than 1.5% on Wednesday alone. Yo! The company is dealing with the fallout from conservatives and a lot of feminists. Let's not remove them from this situation. I'm also happy. Like, there's a multitude of reasons that I like covering this story. This right here is waking as many people up as the COOF lockdowns did. Like, that's the 5-day chart. Okay. Like, it fell hard on the open on Monday, and then it rebounded a little bit yesterday, but now it's fallen back through the floor because we got another snippet from Rosie O'Donnell, she's on that spectrum, right? In the LGBT whatever spectrum, isn't she still a lesbian? Normally they just grow out of it, but with her she just grows and grows and grows. The reason that I think I'm an easy target is because come at me. I'm an easy target. It's because I'm so new to this. No, you've been trying to be famous. We've seen those clips of when you were on Price is Right. You were in the crowd for something else. You have always wanted to be famous, and then you just went easy grift right here. Put on a dress, throw on a wig. Everything will be fantastic. Oh, it's going really good. I guess I could do surgery. All right, cool. But do I get to keep everything else? I do. Fantastic. Okay. I think going after a trans woman that's been doing this for like 20 years is a lot more difficult. Well, normally they don't make it that long, hence why you don't have an example to draw on. I think maybe they think that it's some sort of chance for me, but what is their goal? Likewise, just flip reverse on that. What's their goal? What's the public's goal? Well, you're supposed to be in touch with the people. And that's the reason why Anheuser-Busch entrusted you with a sponsorship, because you are in touch with your audience. And if you don't know what they're on about, well, why are you taking their money? Well, we understand. We know exactly why you're taking the money. It's not a secret to anyone. But like I just alluded to, this is waking a lot of people up. Men lie, women lie, men lie, men, women lie, but numbers do not lie. Stock prices like that causes some asses to move in corporate buildings. This went from being an internet talking point to an international issue. This might be that situation where it's a bridge too far. I still anticipate that Pride Month, 2 months, the summer of Pride is going to be absolutely insane, but this is going to be the point where just normies start to wake up and go, what's the deal with that dude in a dress? Why is he getting a sports bra endorsement? Yo, that dude, he ain't got the front butt, but he got the plug endorsement? The fuck's going on here? Oh, hell no, he's coming after my beer now? No, sirree. We're starting to see it, but it's incremental steps, like how we've got to the situation. Incremental steps. Love is love. We just want to love who we want to love. We just want to get married. No, we're not coming after the kids. No, we're not going to butcher all the kids. Oh, what's that? Everything that you know and love is just going to be endorsed and co-opted by the agenda, you fucking bigot. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived, but I still think it's going to get weirder. I don't know if it's going to get worse, but it's going to get weirder. And I'm sure as fuck going to be here for it, because I love to catalog whenever people play stupid games. Guess what? You win stupid prizes. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.